The design for Kimberly started with a couple things. Jessica actually brought me an image, a photograph, a very interior armchair, but in a parking lot lit by a streetlight. I liked that as a leaping off point, sort of everyday things smushed together to kind of make some poetry.
Some of my fondest memories of the pandemic are these Zoom sessions that I had with David as we sort of obsessed about the container of the show and the box and what color we wanted it to be, and we were playing around with themes of asphalt and sky.
It's a chance to tell a lot of story about her character. You know, when we meet her bedroom, we meet her as a person. We meet all the things that are really special about her. You know, getting the Beanie Baby collection that lives on top of her dresser that's off stage in the bed, and finding the quilt, and getting the Einstein bobblehead. Like, oh, look, which ice skaters would she love? And finding that vocabulary for her was really special.
David Zinn's set is so beautiful. When you get like close in on some of those places, they are so photorealistic, and the way they pop with color.
There's a bank of lockers on the set, and you don't ever see the insides of those lockers for very long, but if you do, and if you're looking, they're telling a really complete story about those kids. Those are your inner life when you're in high school.
Working with our other designers, David Zinn on scenery and Jeanette on lighting, just to try to make sure that we could keep the intimacy of the show, both sonically and visually, so that people can really relate to the characters.
Wish the happiest of 16th birthdays to Miss Kimberly Akimbo.
I've done quite a bit of work with Kai Harada before. Obviously, I'm trying to make the music sound as good as it can, and that requires like mixing it like you're mixing a record, except we have to make it work live in a theater. That's my key person, the sound designer.
One of the goals that I always have on a musical, regardless of its size, is to preserve the connection between the audience and the performers in a sonic way. I think there's a lot of people who are accustomed to seeing musicals where it just sounds like sound is coming out of speakers. I really want it to sound like that person over there on stage is singing. It's the same with the orchestra. You see the orchestra on the upstage platform, you can see them playing, and I want it to sound like it's coming from there. It just might be a little louder, but that's part of the challenge I have as a sound designer.